Hi everybody, and welcome back to Azaria's Place. Numbers as well as... And this was due to obviously the changing behaviors of It does hurt a little bit. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Azaria's Place. If you're new to my channel, my name is Azaria and this is my place, and every Thursday I alternate talking about Disney or The Sims, and every Saturday is a Sim Saturday. So today I wanted to talk about something that has really hurt my heart, and that is the Disney store closures. So we're going to just talk about all of the things that I guess are coming and going with all of this, and why it's happening, and I guess how you can make light of a really sad situation. But before I get into the video, also if you're new here, I try to keep my shirts as in theme as possible. So today I'm wearing my Disney Princess Never Stop Dreaming sweatshirt because I love it and it's soft and it makes me feel better about the stores closing. And it's also Disney, so it's relevant. But anyways, on to the topic today. On March 3rd, on a press release, Disney announced that they would be closing about 20% of their Disney stores to focus on e-commerce, which is essentially buying and shopping online. And it was announced that the company would close at least 60 stores in North America. And this was due to the change in consumer behaviors, as well as wanting to link and associate its online shopping experience more so with its Disney parks, apps, and social media platforms. And obviously the pandemic has changed the way people shop, if they even shop in person. This has obviously helped push online shopping definitely ahead because people just don't want to go to malls and to shop. And it makes sense that this is kind of happening now, as sad as it is. Disney's plan is essentially to close about a fifth of its locations and then see where else they may need to take away other stores. And this is not just for North America, this is also worldwide. They have about 300 stores worldwide, and so I'm sure its international locations may also face closures as well. So while I'm on the topic of just the closures in general, I can't even imagine. I mean, I love going to the Disney store, but I can't imagine a branch of the happiest place on earth closing down. I mean, even if you don't go to buy anything, people just like going in the Disney store. They like talking to the cast members. They like just being in the Disney store. And I just can't even imagine. And I will talk a little bit more about just kind of my last shopping experience at the Disney store and just how it felt closer toward the end of the video. And I don't think there's been much information put out yet about the numbers of it all, and I really don't want to get into the numbers because it's just sad. And what I mean by the numbers is not just the loss that they might possibly face, but also just the number of employees that might be laid off because of this. So I don't really want to get into that. I also don't know enough about that, and it's just too sad to talk about, so I'm just not gonna do it. So Disney has more than 600 park shops, as well as shop-in-shop locations, such as mini Disney stores inside of Targets, for example. They also have lifestyle and outlet locations, as well as tons of third-party retailers around the world. It is said that those type of things will not be affected by this. So if you have a mini shop-in-shop location in your Target, that will not be affected, for example. So with the closure of the locations, they are planning, I guess, to rebrand their online store to basically provide a little bit more, especially for adults. So I'm actually very excited to kind of see what that means and what the selection will be like. Unless you went to an outlet, I felt like the Disney store didn't have enough for adults personally, but I would love to see the things I have seen at outlets online. Okay, so on to the closures. There were about 38 stores set to close on this past Tuesday, which was the 23rd. But however, it plans to close a total of 60 by the end of this year. So it's small by comparison, but it still hurts. For example, I think we had about 3 locations where I live, and one of them had closed a while ago, but the last 2 are closing now, and it really just hurts me because now I don't have a Disney store anywhere that's close that I could go to. I know that some people love to take long drives to go to their favorite stores. And would I do that maybe for fun one day? Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised if people start doing that with Disney stores because they just want the in-store shopping experience. And these closures, like I said, by comparison, it's not a lot. It amounts to about a third or a fifth, depending on which article you read. It's about a third or a fifth of its stores. It's not a lot of stores that are closing, but it does just not feel great when you don't have that many where you're from and they all close. Just to kind of talk about the experience itself, I will say, as I mentioned earlier, you could turn this into a positive. I mean, I know some people really, really don't like online shopping, and I know that online shopping can be a doozy. I ordered a jacket from the Disney store, from Shop Disney once, and I remember I had to exchange it, but I don't think they paid for the exchange. I think I had to pay for the shipping. I can't remember. I think I had to pay for shipping for my exchange. I think they stopped paying for people's exchange shipping and return labels for shipping. So I will say if they're going to shift to a more online store, they're going to have to fix that. Because I know some people really, really hate online shopping for multiple reasons. They like to get something in their hands that day. One, they don't want to sit and scroll through pages and pages to find what they're looking for or to see if there's something they might like or see if there's something that jumps out at them. They want the in-store experience of just talking to people and having people help them with their shopping experience. I know people really shy away from online shopping, so this might be like a downside, but I think if it's your only option, sure. But I will say I went to the Disney store, one of the Disney stores around where I live before it closed, and you can get a great deal. So if your store is still open, you can actually look using this. I'll attach it in the description below, but there's actually a store search tool, but I'll also link the full list of closures thus far. But you can actually check the status of the store nearby on a website that I will link below for you. And I will say that if you have the time, if you don't mind, if you feel safe, go to that store and have your last shopping experience. When I went, the store was 40% off. I got some really great things, including this Luxo Ball jacket. I did get some really good stuff. It was 40% off the entire store, so I saved a lot of money. So the store was pretty much depleted. I should have taken like a video. It was so sad to look at and to see, but it was pretty empty and people had kind of ravaged through everything. It's a really sad situation, and I got to talk to some of the cast members there, and it just hurts because you also just kind of build this family. They remember you if you go in often, and they talk to you all the time, and they're all super nice, and they just are happy to be there. But I remember the woman who checked me out that day, I just asked her, like, how are you doing with this? And she was saying that she's retired, so this was something that she was just doing, you know, just to help out. But for a lot of people, this was their job, you know, this was their home, essentially. And she feels fine, but she doesn't know how all of them are going to feel. Or that's multiplied by 38 stores, and then it'll be 60 stores. So it just hurts. Disney's had a lot of stuff going on in terms of layoffs and whatnot, but I'm assuming these stores are not coming back. It's, again, to focus on, you know, the online shopping experience. And so I don't foresee many of these stores reopening later unless they're really, really hurting, which it's Disney. I doubt they'll ever be. This was kind of just the reasons behind the closing. They just want to, again, focus on Shop Disney and their Disney Park store experience. And like I said, there will be other chances to have small interactions with Disney stores in shop-and-shop locations like Target, for example. And like I said, if you can make it to a store, you feel safe, you feel comfortable, and you want to go get a good deal. Like I said, they pulled out, I actually didn't say this, they pulled out a lot of old stuff. There were grad caps from 2018. They just kind of pulled whatever was in their back room and put it on the sales floor. And it all had to go. So, like I said, if you can go, get a good deal. My sister and I got tote bags because we never ever bought the tote bags at the Disney store. And now we have Disney store tote bags to remember our last in the store shopping experience. It's sad, but I can't wait to see what the future of Disney will be like and how the online shop experience will be. I really can't wait to see what they'll have available online, how they'll maybe change their online experience. Like I said, I think I had to pay for shipping for an item I had to get exchanged that was too big, and maybe they'll change that. So that's kind of everything I have for you guys today. On to the Show Tune Spotlight, I guess. Okay, so although it's really sad, I am just kind of hoping, I don't know, I'm a little hopeful that maybe a store or two might reopen. I don't know, that's just me. But I wanted to go with kind of a hopeful show tune today, just because I'm having hope that maybe the Disney store will come back somewhere. Or maybe I'll just live somewhere that they have Disney stores. Who knows? But anyways, I decided to go with Goodbye Until Tomorrow as the show tune spotlight because I'm saying goodbye to the Disney store, but there are outlets in other states and whatnot. For now, this is just Goodbye Until Tomorrow. The show tune spotlight is Goodbye Until Tomorrow from the last 5 years, and its music and lyrics are by Jason Robert Brown. And it never actually had a run on Broadway. However, it did run off Broadway in 2002, and it also had a movie adaptation with Anna Kendrick and Jeremy Jordan. Give it a watch and give it a listen, and that's really it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and be kind.